Thank you for calling NASA. My name is Patrice. How can I help you?
Hello, Patrice. My name is River. I'm a 40-year-old man from Montucky, living in a single-wide trailer with my parents. And there was a green blobby thing that just showed up right here, and he made a poop on the ground. And my dog ate the poop. He making funny noises.
Sir, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to slow down, please.
I can't slow down because the dog won't slow down. I got him locked in the garage. I got a road flare and a squirt gun ready to go. I really need you guys to come down here and get the Men in Black. Send me Will Smith right now. Oh God, there's something back here and it's looking at me and it's rubbing its shoulder or its nipple. I don't know what it is.
Have you tried to make contact with this being?
I'm staring at it. It has beautiful Brad Pitt eyes, and it is glorious to look at. It keeps rubbing his shoulder.
I can't do it anymore.
Hey guys, what's going on here? River Sullivan coming at you right here yet again for another episode of This Evening Tonight. And joining with me here yet again for roughly the 8th time, my friend, the hetero life mate, Mart'in. Flamenco music, go!
Yeah.
So, this week, guys, we are going to be embracing something that we did not want to embrace before, but have decided to insensely embrace.
It's gotta happen. We have to talk about it.
We're going to be donning the tinfoil hats and talking about conspiracy theories with Alex Jones.
I knew that name was gonna come up. I knew it.
We're going to sit here talk about how we're shipping everything out to China here and how we're making the fluoride's making the frogs gay.
He's so crazy.
Ship everything to
He's
China.
so crazy. But anything he says, you
The
pay
Second
attention.
Amendment!
You pay attention, man. Whenever he's talking,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't make any sense, you're still like, okay, I'm listening.
Well, it was like, hell, just in recent news with like the whole Epstein thing. There was a meme on it where it was just pretty much like, oh, nobody. And then the American public after Epstein, all the memes start coming out. And then everybody, it's like, you see like 1,000 Alex Joneses walking around.
Yeah.
Like everybody is a conspiracy theorist now.
But you know what? What's up with that? Like everyone, even if you don't believe in like the biggest ones like aliens or like the government did 9/11, you still believe in some kind of theory, like conspiracy theories. Like
I thought you were wondering, like, did anybody believe in it, or why is everybody just hopping on the conspiracy theory bandwagon?
well, I think we all have at least one or two that we believe in,
Yeah.
even if we don't realize they're conspiracy theories, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, too, with a lot of people that are doing those conspiracy theories nowadays, like you have like all the podcasts and TV shows and documentaries. It's just like conspiracy theories are like, they're the thing. Not only because it's hip and cool and it allows you to create somewhat of your own original content because
And I mean, like,
we snowball effect. It's a license to bullshit is what it is.
Well, and like some people don't really know or have all the information and might not be able to get it. So that fills in the blanks. You know, it's easier to feel, you know what I mean? Like say, oh, I think this is it,
Mm-hmm.
instead of just actually doing your research.
It was like when we talked about the Dyatlov Pass incident.
Yeah.
I mean, you had your theories versus to also accommodate also what have we found on the internet about it.
Yeah.
And then we were kind of able to formulate some of our own stuff. It's fun. It's fun.
It is. There's something weird about it. Like we want, or at least I feel like I want the weirdest one to be true. Like, you know what I mean? Like for the Dyatlov Pass incident, I want it to be like a Yeti or something or aliens, you know, because it sounds cool. It's like, hell yeah, you know, it's a little bit of a mystery.
So it's kind of like Occam's razor. Familiar with Occam's razor?
No.
Occam's razor is a problem-solving principle. I wasn't exactly sure that I knew it verbatim, so I had to pull it up here real quick. So it pretty much states the smallest number of assumptions is usually correct. Another way of saying it is that the more assumptions you have to make, the more unlikely an explanation. But there was like whatever, like you have your whole list of theories and everything that goes on, and you start using the process of elimination to eliminate things that couldn't make sense or shouldn't make sense. Whatever you have left, despite however improbable, is most likely the root cause or reason. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. How do you know 100% that the thing that you're eliminating is not the actual fact? So it doesn't make any sense. It's just like a guess game.
True.
That's basically it.
Might just take that whole section out right there.
I mean,
Because that was me just clumsily trying to find out. Google, please tell me this. Google, make me big brain smart. Make me sound smart.
so let's. I want to touch on something. That's what she said. I looked up the earliest UFO record, a written record that we had, and I think it was like 300 BC in some like Egyptian tablets or whatever that they had, and it was describing a fiery flying thing in the sky.
The sun.
Well,
Or a comet.
other than the sun,
Like a comet.
I don't know. It could be, but the thing was saying like how it was moving and all this. It could be a comet, but
Like Night of the Comet.
but it's so weird. Let's see. Okay, it's called Fiery Discs, and it was. I was way off on the date. 1440 BC, ancient Egypt, according to the disputed Tulai Papyrus. My God, the scribes of Pharaoh Moses, I don't even know how to say these names, man, reported that fiery discs were encountered floating over the skies. That is a little weird.
Stargate. Oh my God, Stargate.
That's a little weird, man.
Get me James Spader
A little weird.
to
But
explain all this.
there was one that I was came across the internet. It's if you look if you put on Google Stonehenge building, New Jersey. It'll come up. It's about, so there's this guy who's driving home after his shift from work, and this is I think in the 70s, and he his radio started like emitting static. So he I guess he looked to the right or something, and he witnessed. He said it looked like a flying disc or something with some lights, and he said it came down, and like 9 or 10 figures. They look human, and they were wearing like hoodies or whatever, and they were all dressed the same. They came out of that thing and start collecting like soil samples, like digging little holes in the ground. And they ran towards that ship or whatever it was, and it just vanished. So nobody believed him at first, until there was a person that the doorman, I think it was. He worked for the Stone Age building, and am I saying it right?
Stonehenge?
Yeah,
I don't know.
like
Stonehenge?
Stonehenge. Yes.
I was about to ask. I was like, is this Stonehenge or Stonehenge?
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I've never been there. So I don't know.
Talking about Stonehenge itself, or there's like a building called the Stonehenge
Yeah,
building?
there's a building that they call it that in New Jersey. Anyways, there's a guy working there.
I have to
The
ask
building,
my lady.
the building doesn't have to do anything with it, but there was a guy working there, and he witnessed. He said he basically described the same thing that this guy in the car described, and then it came out in the news and on the radio, and it was basically one of the first sightings where there were multiple witnesses.
Yeah.
But then apparently the FBI went all the way over there, and they started putting like tape around this little park, because it happened near a park, and they put like the evidence tape or whatever, and apparently they found like holes where the little creatures were digging to get the soil samples. But here's my problem with this I guess sighting. You have this civilization that let's say they came in all the way here from thousands of millions of miles away, right? Why would they have the need to get out of their ship and physically get out, step into our soil, and collect some samples? If you the way I see it is, if these people are so advanced that they can travel these distances, I'm sure they have some kind of mechanism to where they don't even have to get out. They can just send like
Well,
a
like
probe
a
or
scoop.
yeah, like even we do it. Like whenever we went to Mars, not with the rovers,
Mhm.
we have robots that take samples for us.
Yeah, but like the soil samples and everything, that's all collected by hand still.
Not the if you go to Mars, they have soil samples.
Have we collected soil samples? And
Yeah.
how have they gotten back?
They don't get back. They study it right there. The little rover is so advanced. Like it collects the sample and they can study it right there.
Now, you heard about the Mars lander, right? The original one?
No.
Robin Williams said it best, where he said, like, I don't know what they were smoking in NASA, but something's going on here because they calculated the distance for the original Mars lander in feet,
Yeah.
and they programmed it in meters.
What?
So it was the Mars barrier. Like, it just was...
Oh my
like
god.
it just smashed into the ground.
Destroyed.
Like the Hubble telescope.
Yeah.
They put it up there, spent millions and millions and
Oh,
millions of
yeah,
dollars,
I heard about
and they
that
forgot
one.
to put in a lens.
Well, it's not like they forgot to put it in a lens. They had the lens. This is the worst part though.
Mhm.
They already had the lens. They had everything ready. They sent it up there, and the pictures were coming like blurry, and they didn't work. And they were like, "What the hell?" It turns out that the lens has to be perfect. It cannot have like a curvature or anything.
Mhm.
And it wasn't perfect. Like there were parts that were like thicker, and it works like the human eye.
Yeah.
If your eye is not perfectly round or whatever shape it is.
Now, they also say, like, the photos that the Hubble sends out, that takes photos of,
Yeah.
like the photos that we see online and everything, those aren't actually how those photos look.
No.
Like,
Of
they
course
say
not.
they add colors and stuff
Absolutely,
to help
absolutely.
to
But
help us see it.
but they have to they had to send some instruments up there, and astronauts they have to put like a little corrector lenses to that thing. So basically the
We
Hubble,
spent millions and millions more
Yeah,
dollars to
so it's got, like-
send this telescope to the optometrist again.
yeah, that's exactly what they did, and it's funny. But yeah, I mean,
Like, when we went to the moon, that was all scoop by hand.
yeah, let's play a little bit of golf there. Waste your time, your precious time that you have there. That you don't have a lot of time, but let's just play golf.
Oh, they played golf?
They did.
Well, it was part of those Galileo experiments. Like, they actually brought the bowling ball and the feather.
Yeah.
To test the gravitational theory, and they dropped a feather and a bowling ball at the same time, and they both landed at the same time. Because it was a zero atmosphere environment under the same gravitational pull.
I don't think it's zero.
No, it's zero atmosphere.
Oh, okay, atmosphere. Yeah.
Like, it's less gravitational pull because of the size of the moon.
Okay.
But since there's zero atmosphere, since it's just like cold, dead space, there's nothing like when you drop a feather here on Earth, it has to go through atmosphere, through the air.
Now, what's your stance on the moon landing?
We did it.
You think we did it?
Absolutely.
Why?
Well, I mean, why? Okay, first of all.
Okay. Let me put it this way. We went there. When was this? 66, 69?
67, I want to think.
Let's look it up because I don't want to talk out of my ass.
Hey, Google. Google. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. When did we land on the moon?
69.
The 20th of July, 1969.
Thanks,
According
Google.
to Wikipedia, there were 6 manned U.S. landings between.
Okay, Google, I'm going to shut you off now. No spoilers.
Okay,
Not
so,
like last time with Vikings.
So we did that. Oh my god, we did that in 1969,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
It was very difficult. Your phone right now has more technology than what they used to go to the moon,
Yes.
but we have not been there ever since like what, the 70s. And every single mission after that was very extremely difficult.
Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. So the moon is what, 15 miles, I think, in circumference or diameter, whatever. It's not that large in comparison to the Earth. Like,
Okay.
it's big, whatever. But anyway, so we go to the moon a couple times, like a bunch of times. Yeah, you got all the Apollo missions and whatnot. So I look at it in the simple fact that NASA is funded by, or pretty much, taxes, whatnot. Like, they
Yeah.
have other means that they're making money, like
Yeah.
whatever. To be a good steward of the taxpayers' dollars, you're not going to keep going to the moon because that's expensive. So they finished the moon missions. Then what did they start doing? They started doing the Russians ended up with Mir, and then we started with our International Space Station. This is like over the period of like 30 years that we're now like the International Space Station is
Mhm.
is expanding. It's like 7 or 8 or like bunch more countries,
Okay,
like all pulling together on that.
Have you ever seen that video of the press conference? All three of them, Aldrin, Armstrong, and what's the other guy's name?
Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong.
The guy that stayed in the shuttle.
Okay, Google. Who were the people that landed on the moon?
Well, he didn't land it though.
According to NASA Solar System Exploration, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin were the first of 12 human beings who walked on the moon. 4 of America's moonwalkers are still alive: Aldrin, David Scott, Charles Duke, and Harrison Schmitt.
That didn't answer our.
Swear to God, Google, if you don't start sponsoring these videos, I'm going to start asking Siri. I don't even have an iPhone. I'm going to find one.
Michael Collins.
Michael Collins.
Yeah, he had to stay and commanding the shuttle because he had to go around the moon, and then they had one shot to send the little shuttle that they had to dock, and then that way they could return. But anyways, they came back and they did this press conference, and they look depressed.
Yeah.
They look like they lied to the. You know what I mean? It's so obvious.
How long ago was this interview? Like
this happened like immediately after they came back. I mean, they were quarantined, but
maybe they were tired and jet lagged because they had to spend like 3 days in quarantine.
No, this is not. Just pull it up. Let's watch this.
All right, guys, we're gonna watch this real quick, and we'll be right back.
Here's some romantic music for you, in case you're cuddling with your loved one, chilling. Grab some popcorn. Just enjoy this music. We'll be right back. I love you.
Okay, so we just watched some of the video there from the press conference, the Apollo 11.
Describe what you saw.
I saw 3 adults having one of the most bland news interview press conference things I'd ever seen.
But this is right after they landed. I mean, not exactly the same day, or I think it was a couple months or a couple weeks after after they came back, they had to be quarantined and all that because they didn't know if they were going to catch any bacteria from
Yeah. So maybe they were still a little bit of that jet lag and tired from the quarantine. Like it was a tiny little quarantine chamber. All 3 of them.
Man, because if you look up the footage from the actual, because they got interviewed while they were in that tank, they look happy as hell. They look fine. So I don't know.
I think they were still riding out. We just was in space.
Yeah, but what happened here?
Look,
man, listen.
We just had 3 days in quarantine.
Me personally,
Buzz wouldn't stop farting space farts from all the freeze-dried space food.
If I was the first person or one of the first 3 persons to land on the moon, I would die with a smile on my face because no one's gonna take that away from me. Then there's also that incident to where I think it was Netherlands or somewhere they went to some country and they gave the prime minister, they're like, hey, and here's a sign of our good faith, and thank you for inviting us to your country. Here's a moon rock.
Yeah.
And it turned out that like they examined that, and it turns out it was like an actual petrified piece of wood or something. It was not even from the moon.
So I said, maybe they found something. And this is very extremely kind of redacted, like, and they're sad because they can't share what they found with the world.
I don't know, man. So okay, so what do you think they found?
Transformers. I mean, that was in one of the movies, one of the Transformer movies. Dark of the Moon, I think it was called. Buzz lands, like, oh my God, and they found Optimus Prime.
Do you think we have been, or are currently, or will be contact by or have contact with aliens?
I think we already were contacted.
When?
Just a couple months ago, I heard there was let me pull it up here. Fast radio burst. In August, scientists with the $100 million Breakthrough Listen Initiative began observing an object known as FRB 121102. One of less than 40 known examples of a fast radio burst, or FRB, an incredibly bright flash of radio waves. Scientists don't yet know what causes FRBs, which is why they took a particular interest in FRB 121102, while other FRBs are observed.
Wait,
single...
stop. So we're getting radio signals from space, but they don't know what it is.
It's just a super fast burst of radio waves.
What? And they don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we emit radio signals like from this planet.
Yeah, on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you had like the what was it like that going back to that movie Contact. The very beginning of that had
we sent Hitler.
Yeah, it was for the Olympic Games.
Like
they zoomed out of remember that we had like Earth and you could hear everything, and then it zooms out and it shows as farther you go, like the older the signals were.
Yeah.
And then it gets all the way out into nothing, and then there was just like the little Challenger probe or whatever it was. It was boop, boop,
yeah.
Boop.
But that's the thing. We're doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
So whatever's sending that are they doing it on purpose or? So you think we have already been contact, but not physically? You think they're just trying to communicate by like radio signals? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, here's my thing. Part of me wants to say yes, absolutely. Like the kid in me with the imagination wants to be like, yeah, we've been contacted. Like there's something out there. Like that's still that moment of just wonder and mystery and just childlike imagination.
It's a lot of fun to think about it.
Yeah, it's fun and terrifying at the same time, depending on how you're thinking about it. We'd like to think that we're all, very self-aware people on this planet. That, man, if we were contacted by aliens, I'd know it. I hear people say that shit to me all the time. Yeah, man, if we know by now. We'd know if we were contacted by aliens, right? Oh yeah, because you're the resident authority on this planet. Like,
but why would they hide?
First contact, for my opinion, if it was me, I'm not just gonna like show up on a planet and be like, here I am, because
what we do, though. That's what we do.
Yes and no. I mean,
like we went to the moon and we didn't even knock on nobody's door. You know what I mean? Like they just got out of that.
There were scans done. There were they took photographs,
but they still went. And
but there were all those missions prior to the landing, like the Apollo missions prior to all that. That was that they circled the moon, they took photos of it, they looked at it, and on like Apollo 11, then they finally landed on it.
Okay, so you think all those UFO sightings are just something they're sending to like scout the area? They're probably like, yeah, there's nothing interesting here.
Maybe.
Let's move on, boys.
Yeah, they go, nope, fuck that. Don't want to talk to these guys.
Or they don't even acknowledge.
They take photos of their food. They're not worth our time.
Well, they probably don't even see us as like an intelligent life form. Think about that. They'd probably see us as like, yeah, there's a bunch of monkeys in here. They don't.
Yeah, I mean, for as advanced, in quotes, as we think we are, I mean, you think about how far technology has come. Landed on the moon in the 60s. Yeah, and through that, like, we saw the advancement of technology. Like, we got Velcro, we got duct tape, we got microwaves. But then after that, there wasn't a lot of advancement.
Don't forget about penis pumps. Can't forget about that.
I'm trying to picture that developed in a NASA laboratory.
I mean, somebody thought about it.
Well, they were like, you got to put your thing in the tube to go pee in the spaceship, and the suction activated. They're like, oh, hey, look at that. Makes it bigger. Hey, we could sell this.
Anyways.
It hurt a little bit, but.
Anyways.
Hey, you brought it up.
I did. That's what she said.
Yeah. But, yeah, not a lot of advancement after that. I mean, the computer chip got smaller and smaller and smaller. I mean, just like you said, our cell phones nowadays have equal to, like, 10 times the processing power that the Apollo missions had.
What would you consider advanced? Because right now we have cars that drive themselves. We have rockets that are reusable.
Yeah.
They land. Think about this, dude. Think about all the math and complicated, software that's got to go into this.
I call it the future when the car can fly.
But why?
Just 'cause. It's cool.
Why is it always
the Jetsons, man?
Why is it always?
I grew up watching the Jetsons. You see the Jetsons, and they got the flying car and kind of the floating house and the smart robot with a sassy attitude. I mean, we're getting there. I got a vacuum robot.
We're close.
My car has cruise control. Yeah.
Anyways, what were we talking?
The advancement of technology to see whether or not we were worthy to be visited by an alien species. Now, I will give you this here for like the Tesla. There's people I follow on YouTube, and one of them got a Tesla car.
I want one so bad.
I saw one drive by me on the interstate the other
I
day.
see a lot of
and
them.
I was looking at it, and I'm like, where's the door handles? Like, the door handles, like, pull in
Yes.
side the body.
Yes.
They pull inside the body.
Yes.
And, like, it's very sleek looking. But I'm not sold on that yet. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, it has some cool features I found out. There's the Come To Me feature.
Yes.
This dude, like he was talking about it. He parked his car at, like, a hotel, and he hit the app on his phone, and it, like, the car came out of the parking spot,
Drove itself
to him.
Yes. Open the door.
Did all of that, and like with people around and stuff.
Amazing.
Now that makes me wonder though, is like, so it definitely has a sensing system on it. There's a full suite
Oh, they have
of
a
sensors,
lot
I'm
of
sure. Now,
sensors.
what happens if like a bug or a rock or a piece of bird poo covers one of them sensors up or breaks it?
It's got more than one. It's got a fail safe for that. It's like 12 sensors.
What if it's like raining really hard?
You can still see it.
I don't know, because that rain, like I'm talking rain, like
I
downpour.
think it's not the type of sensor you're thinking. I think it's more like a radar type of thing. You know, it's not using a camera. I think
I mean, yeah, but like even if you're using thermal, that can disrupt it. If you're using sonic or sonar,
yeah, but that's
that
why
can
it's got
disrupt it.
different ones. I think.
Yeah,
I believe. I'm not.
I mean, even
sure,
radar can be bested by weather.
But even it's got this thing to where whenever it detects some other people, getting close to the car, it starts recording, and and from every angle you can see every single angle from the car
from people around.
Yeah,
the car.
and they've been so many times where people get caught keying the Teslas, and they get recorded. Their faces are recorded, everything, because the car automatically, you know what I mean. And on the
stupid electric vehicle trying to save the environment.
Yeah, and the car itself tells everyone on the screen inside of the car. It says recording. You know, that way the people know it's recording you. So be careful what are you doing. But I guess people don't see it.
I mean, was it BMW integrated smart glass technology on some of their cars?
I don't know.
Now, originally it was developed for the military, like on the F-35s and like even as old as the F-18s, which have been around for a while. Like it uses sonic technology. It's wiperless. Like instead of windshield, because you can't put a windshield wiper on an F-22. Because you're going, Mach 5.
You're right.
So it creates this sonic vibration that resonates against the natural, I guess, vibration of water.
But
and like as soon as it touches, it's just.
Since you're going that fast, would it matter?
Yes. I mean, aircraft, commercial airliners still have to deal with it.
I think
they have wipers because they're not supersonic.
Right.
But like BMW was starting to put that into some of their cars, and then I believe they also had they had the smart lights that if you're driving with your high beams on, it was like high beam all the time was like what they were marketing it as, because it had a smart camera and everything that it would detect other vehicles coming at you.
That's old technology, man.
And it would angle the beams, like it would point them like around them. Like
I never heard
it
that.
wasn't like an automatic dimmer. Like it actually would steer the light around that car and still give you all that light that it had. Like they were
holy shit,
independently manipulating themselves with a computer.
That's really awesome.
And then they were starting to integrate HUDs, heads-up displays on windshields, which is to me that's when the car is really going to feel futuristic, when I start getting that HUD in my field of vision.
I mean,
that already
exists.
It's
a Tesla, man. You can get a Tesla.
I mean, not like no. I mean that already, like you can get a TV like that now. This sort of something.
You can get a mirror like that.
Like you can get clear TVs.
Yeah.
Like you look at it and it just looks like plexiglass.
See, we're in the future.
I mean,
man.
I'm not saying we're not there. Like I'm not saying we're not there yet, or we are there yet.
But
I just really want the jetpack. Yeah.
I don't think I'll feel safe with a jetpack. I don't like heights. But here's
I don't either. But if I got a jetpack, I'm fine.
Here's let's go back to the aliens a little bit. What if this alien race figured out how to go anywhere in the universe, but they are they don't know war. They don't even know what violence is. They're extremely peaceful race of aliens. And then they get here and they look at us and they're frightened. They're scared. They're terrified. And it turns out that we are, besides them, the only life form that they've encountered.
They might try to assert their peace over us.
So that's why they're probably like trying to. That's why every time we see them or whatever, they're like, just like fly away real fast, or you know what I
Mhm.
mean, like they go away real quick, or like maybe abduct you, but then they return you because they don't want to deal with you because they don't know how to torture you, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I think they might just bypass us then. Because they'd look and be like, "Ooh, what's that?" You know, I mean, if they got the technology to travel,
Yeah,
they also probably have enough technology to look at us from a distance and go, "Yeah, there's explosions going on over here and here. They're not
I'm gonna
ready."
avoid that little blue planet. But
Mhm.
here's another thought: what if this alien people, they came down to Earth because they needed to like resupply or something happened, and they needed to like do like an emergency landing on Earth. They came down and they saw a bunch of apes. I'm talking like probably Homo erectus.
Oh,
know?
you're talking like before.
Oh, this is
Homo
before
sapien.
history, yeah, prehistory.
I see.
And then they were like, "Well, we need," and this is a pretty popular theory.
We need some worker bees.
We need some, yes, but these monkeys are retarded. They can walk in two legs, but that's it. They're using sticks to catch bugs, but that's it. You know what I mean?
I feel like,
they don't talk. They don't
I
do
feel like
anything.
you're talking about Battlefield Earth.
Yeah.
Like, apparently the book was good, but the movie was like the biggest piece of shit.
Have you seen it?
existed.
Have you seen it?
I have.
It's horrible.
And John Travolta in it, and Forrest Whitaker. Like Forrest Whitaker, I just listened to an interview with him,
Yeah.
and he said that was like he could not believe that movie.
did
Like
that.
they were like, "Good job, Mr. Whitaker. I mean, you really like your acting. Acting was good." But it's like he's like, I cannot believe that I was in that movie. He's like the Cyclone.
But you know what? It's one of the movies that is so good, or it's so bad that it's so good.
Yeah.
I love it. I love watching it. It makes me laugh. All
But
the
they
time.
did that though, like the humans
They're
were
retarded.
They were so stupid, so let's put them in front of the learning machine.
Yeah, but so
You cannot put a bunch of man animals in charge of machinery.
Yeah, they call
we would
them-
be the laughing stock of the syndicate. You know,
they call them man animals. It was, you know, it reminded me of Planet of the Apes, the old one,
yeah,
to where I don't know if you've seen it or not, the classic one.
Yeah, the
where
original.
they capture the dude and his throat is like fucked up, so he can't speak. So all the apes, they know that humans don't speak. That's ridiculous.
And like he had that famous
Yeah.
line in it: "Get your hands off me, you damn dirty apes!"
Yeah, get your filthy hands off of me, you filthy ape.
Yeah.
And they're like, like they can speak.
Damn dirty apes!
Yeah, so yeah, like so they came down and they're like, we need workers, but these people are stupid. This planet is dumb. So you know what? Let's just put a little bit of our DNA and just,
I really wanted to see the sequel to the remake that had Mark Wahlberg in it. Remember he
the Tim
lands?
Burton, the Tim Burton one.
Was it Tim Burton?
Yes.
It had Mark Wahlberg in it,
Yes.
and it wasn't bad.
Yes.
I didn't mind it.
Science. Let's talk about science, guys. Have you seen The Happening?
No.
The-
But I'm saying, do you remember the movie, the end of that one, right? Where
Yeah,
he
yeah,
like
yeah,
lands
yeah.
and he's like back on Earth, and it's like modern day,
It's Ape,
and it's
Ape Lincoln.
Ape Lincoln.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was Ape Lincoln. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
it makes sense. I just made that up. I don't know if it's official.
It
or
wasn't
not.
Ape Lincoln though.
Yeah.
It was after that general, wasn't it?
What?
The bad general that was the ape, the general of the apes.
No. It was the big monument of Lincoln.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
But
the
it was
Abraham
just an
Lincoln
ape.
Memorial.
But it wasn't that general.
I thought it was the general.
No, it was just ape.
Ape Lincoln.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to find a good photo of that and put it up here. But I wanted to see that sequel. Mark Wahlberg goes to Ape Lincoln, D.C. and like just tries to see if the furry ape people will help him. Like I wanted to see that movie.
But that, to me, that ending was horrible. Like it
I
didn't
thought
work.
I thought there was going to be like a sequel opening up to that. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
all right, I'll watch it.
It didn't work. It didn't make any sense because all the apes, like the police shows up, and they all have the same technology they had less technology than whenever he left.
Yeah, it was like
It doesn't make any sense.
the late 90s, early 2000s Planet Earth with apes.
It was a weird movie. I didn't like it.
I didn't mind it because it was like the first of those kind of movies that were coming out then. You're like, oh, space. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the new ones better.
Never seen them.
With Caesar.
Never seen them.
Oh, they're so good. They're really good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah.
If you wake up in the middle of the night, you gotta go pee. You gotta go pee-pee. Okay? You go to the toilet.
Mhm.
You put the seat down because I know how to pee.
What?
I've seen you.
Okay, now that's weird. You gotta start checking for cameras in there.
You put the seat down. Your little pull-ups down. And then you look out the window and you see a bright light and it's calling for you. River. River. You go like, whoa, I have to go check that out. It's calling for me. You go open the door. You walk around your house, stepping into a little bit of leaves and a little bit of tree branches, but you don't really care. It's a little, the grass a little wet. You don't care because you're like, that voice keeps like, river. So you go there, you see a light, and then some little green creature comes out of it. It's like humanoid, but you can tell it's like, that's not a human, but doesn't look like an alien either. It looks like a little blob, kind of like, looks with a human shape, but like it's trying to be a human, but it failed. And it goes, tell me what you want. What would you say? What would be the first thing that you would do or say to it?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I think I would, I'll probably be like,
You do that international raise the hand.
I
Hello.
don't know, because what if you raise your hand and you kind of like wave a little bit, like a little gentle wave. You're a little timid. You don't know what's going on, and that thing in its planet, just raising your hand means like you're gonna emit a laser blast from your hand and you're gonna destroy him. So he takes that as a threat and he goes like, and kind of like vibrates real quick, and like he just runs away to his little spacecraft and just not to be ever seen again. And then it kind of like, whenever he did the little, it kind of like dropped a little pellet and it's like poop, and then you see it there, and you're like, holy shit, I gotta call somebody. I gotta call somebody, and that they can collect this evidence right here. This is it. This is the proof. A little alien came over here. How would you explain that phone call? Like, and who would you call? And don't say Ghostbusters.
NASA.
Okay, but you're calling NASA, and what they say, they answer like, thank you for calling NASA. How can I help you? This is Patrice. What would you say? Because you have to think carefully. This is like 12 at night, this is midnight. And somehow Patrice is working overtime at NASA, and she picks up the phone.
Oh, I'll bet you they got a call center.
Well, something happened to the system, and it's like you're actually talking to Patrice, and she's like right there on the headquarters. What would you say to her that will get her attention and not hang up immediately? Not think like, oh, this is just some drunk little boy calling NASA. It's got to be quick and make her go like, whoa, we got to send somebody there right now.
Be like, Patrice, something green, something glowy, made a noise, left a turd on my lawn, and then flew away. Send someone. I'm boxing it up right now in some Tupperware. But it's glowing, and the dog is looking at it very hungrily.
Oh,
it smells a little bit like almonds.
Okay. So now you got Patrice's attention, and she's gonna be like, okay, sir, we're gonna send someone. Do not touch it. Make sure that nothing touches that evidence. Somehow your dog just fucking licked it before you could say no. Your dog's just like chowing down on that thing. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell Patrice? Because then she might just go like, oh, you know what? Never mind. Forget it. And, not send anyone. Or are you gonna try to like make your dog vomit the little turd from that alien?
Well, knowing my dog, I'd have to dump an entire gallon of hydrogen peroxide down his throat to get him to throw it up.
Okay.
So assuming that worked, all right, we'll call that a day. But if not, I'm locking his ass in the garage, and I'm going to keep a close eye and listen for anything weird. Like, sounds like he's mutating or anything like that. And I'm going to put a cap in his ass if he starts turning monstrous on me.
Huh. What if you put him in your garage and then you're getting cold because, you're still out there with your little pull-ups. And, you're it's dark, it's cold, it's rainy, it's wet. So you decide real quick, you're going to lock your door in the garage and you're just going to go to get some clothes, because you're a little naked little boy running around with your pull-ups. And You put some pants on, a little hoodie. You come back, and you start walking towards your garage, and you hear your dog go. What would you do? Are you gonna open the door? Are you gonna call Patrice again, or what are you gonna do?
Loading up the nearest gun, grabbing a road flare, and then walking on in there. Because if the gun doesn't work, I'm lighting that flare and shoving it down his butt or throat.
Okay. Well,
I will not be the reason that this
But this
entire
is-
plan
this is
gets
your-
screwed over.
this is your puppy, dude. This is your beloved dog. You know, this is your friend. And
Okay. So we're gonna go. Like I said, I love my dog. I love
yeah,
that bastard.
like you're acting like you don't love your dog.
Oh, I love the shit out of him. But here's
and
the
he's
thing.
suffering.
And I'm going to put him out of his misery because I promised you the local veterinarian is not going to be like, oh, well, he just ate a little bit of alien poop. Well, let's just give him some ibuprofen. You know, they're not going to have that. I love my dog, but he's got a price limit because I'm not made of money. And I got him as a rescue, and he's uninsurable because he's already got hip dysplasia.
So
if they're like, yeah, we can fix him because for whatever reason they got alien poop antibiotic and it's like $2,000.
Well, you're talking about vets and all this. This is like an intense historical moment that, you know what I mean, you have some alien turd and it's inside your dog's belly. There's no time for a vet. It's in the middle of the night. Patrice just sent some men in black on your way, and they're 20 minutes away. I don't know. Then you suddenly you just like, you know what? I just got to put my dog down. He's suffering. I can't handle this weird.
I'll film it.
Okay, you can film it.
I will film all of it from the moment that he's put in the garage for the ingestion,
Okay.
or maybe even the gestation period.
Okay.
Of
Well, here's
Ridley
the thing.
Scott
Here's the thing,
Alien.
though. It's really dark, dude. It's very dark. Your phone, it's a garbage phone because your parents don't love you enough.
I got
And
good lighting in the garage.
Well, you're kind of like a poor boy, you know.
Wait, now I'm a poor boy.
Well,
Now
I mean,
what-
well, listen, dude. I mean, you're like a trailer park kind of. You know what I mean? That's where all the aliens.
this was not in the premise of the scene.
Well, you know,
It was like you said, if I went to bed and then was in my bathroom in the light, and then I came outside. I didn't know I was a poor boy in a trailer park and stuff. What state are we in? Alabama? Like, because if it's in Alabama and I'm in a trailer park and as a poor boy and I call Patrice at NASA, hey, Patrice's green thing made a poo-poo and my dog ate it. It's going, ee, and click.
I mean,
Patrice is not believing little poor boy
maybe
trailer park
no,
me.
maybe she's got like in front of her like a little index card saying if somebody calls with this, you know, just call them in black, you know, and it perfectly described what's in the index card because you know NASA knows about this little creatures.
Mhm.
But anyways, so you decide you're gonna put your dog down and try to collect that little turd.
No, it's already inside him. I'm just putting the dog down to stop the
Okay,
breakout.
all right. So you grab your rifle and you point it towards your dog and you pull the trigger, and then you realize, holy shit, this is a water gun.
I don't.
So,
You keep making these all. Is this Inception?
well, I mean, you know, no, you're nervous. You know, you just grab the wrong gun because it's cold. You're still a little cold. You know.
How old am I in this scenario?
I don't know how like 40. I don't know. Your parents are still asleep, so I don't know.
I'm 40 years old.
So, you know, and this is why nobody's gonna believe you though. But so you're like, fuck, you know, and you run and you grab the gun, the right one this time. You run back and you're like, oh my god, and you start pulling your hair out of your hair, or you're putting your hair out of your head, and you go, I forgot to lock the door. So now your dog's running around the yard, and you know. You finally catch your dog.
I feel like I'm not winning at all
Well, this is
because you keep throwing me a curveball
it's
every
not-
time.
Well, you know, listen. As soon as you woke up to pee, dude, you encounter an alien creature. So nothing's gonna be normal after that. Everybody's gonna look at you as like the weirdo. Like nobody's gonna believe you. So nothing. How can you be normal after encountering a creature that you scared because that creature thought you were gonna kill it? So, anyways, you finally catch your dog, and you.
I'm just going to withhold any response until you're complete.
Okay. You decide you're just gonna shoot it, you know, and as you're just pointing that thing to your dog's face, the little creature comes back again, you know, and he decides he wants to try again to interact with you. Okay. So he very timidly opens a little hatch from his little, and this is like a maybe like a 5-footer flying saucer thing.
Yeah.
So he opens a little hatch, jumps down, and like, because it doesn't have like a solid shape. It's kind of like a little.
You said it's green and kind of blob-like, so
Yeah.
automatically I'm thinking of flubber.
Yeah. So it jumps down like, and it just kind of like feels a little bit the grass. Trying to feel the grass on its little tiny alien feet. Oh, for some reason though, I forgot they need like special shoes. That's why they're on this planet though, because they need the Doctor. What's it called?
Dr. Schultz.
Yes, they don't have that on their planet, and their
Are you just making this up as you're going?
Their feet are extremely sensitive, dude. This is an alien race that their feet are like, what I mean, like holy. That's how they eat. That's how they feel stuff. Their feet is the key. Okay, so they and he's just trying to make its little way towards you, and you're just like, oh, you're paralyzed in fear, and because you're cold and it's rainy, and your dog's just like freaking out. So that thing, again tries to like, walk towards you, trying to make contact, because you already fucked it up once, being a little dumb boy.
40-year-old dumb boy in his trailer park.
So now you remember
pull-ups.
You remember that last time you just raised your hand and you fucked it up. So you just you wait for that little thing to just make the first move. That way you don't screw anything up. And you decide that anything that little thing does, that's gonna be a sign of peace. Okay, so you're just looking at the thing in the eyes. For some reason, it's got like very human eyes, like deep blue, like the most beautiful Brad Pitt blue. You know what I mean? It's got this thing's got like awesome feet and amazing eyes. Okay, but like a horrible like blobber body. It's just flimsy and green and gooey.
So just flubber with Brad Pitt's face on it.
Yeah. So you're looking at this thing.
Pair of pumps.
You're looking at this thing, and it's looking at you, right back at you, like just staring into your soul. It's like, imagine it's almost like it's looking itself through your eyes. That's how intense this little thing is looking at you. The way you both are looking, it's just like, whoa. So you're still paralyzed in fear, and again, you decide that you're just gonna wait and wait it out and see what happens. And this thing, for some reason, starts rubbing his left elbow, just very slowly. It's just very weird, and it just like making.
Where the
little...
fuck are we going with this?
Well, hold on. This is an alien, okay? This is the way they interact with each other, and they communicate that they're.
I don't know if
peaceful.
I got enough music for this story.
So they it starts rubbing its little shoulder, little elbow, and he just. Right, and you're like, you're thinking like, what the fuck? But you're not saying anything. You're just looking at it in the eyes, and then suddenly those eyes that just start like getting more intense.
Getting those hungry eyes.
Well, yeah. So then the rubbing on their elbows just a little slower, like more like. And then suddenly, dude, it just pops out like a little mouth. And you realize, like, oh, wait a minute, I have a freckle just like that. And it's like, you realize for a second, oh, wait, that's my mouth. And this little thing just keeps rubbing its elbow. And then out of nowhere, like a little nose. And it's just your nose, dude. 5 minutes into this, you're still paralyzed in fear. This thing looks just like you, but baby form. Just looks like a little baby river. And it starts like, somehow it's got like full grown set of teeth. And it just starts like running its tongue through the teeth. So then it just, you realize, you look at yourself, you're like, oh my God, I'm green and I'm gooey. And then the men in black come and you can't speak because you don't have, that the thing stole your image. And then your parents are going to love that thing.
I want to scream, but I have no mouth.
Yes. And then it turns out that this little alien race, they were like doppelgangers. They steal your image, but then you get their image that they have. It looks like a little
So this is not a what would you do scenario. You're just telling me a story now.
Well, no. Here's the big punch line. Well, it's not a punch line, but you know what I mean, the big question. Now that you're a little green and gooey, the Men in Black finally showed up, and your parents, River, you know, your dad just like with his little boxer shorts. They're all like
Get your ass back in the trailer,
Yeah.
boy.
Get over here, man. And he's so drunk from last night that he doesn't even realize that your dog's out there like, and like there's like a little green gooey thing and like a space. He doesn't even care about any of that. He looks at it, but he's like, eh. He just thinks like he's still,
gotta lay off the peyote.
yeah. And the Men in Black showed up. What are you gonna do? You can't speak. So how are you gonna tell the Men in Black that thing stole your body and that thing's just alien? And you're not the alien. You're the human.
I know. They're gonna take me.
They're gonna take you.
They're gonna take me, and then they're gonna study me. So what I'm gonna do is when they're studying me, I'm just gonna take the form of the scientist guy. Wants to take his form, and he's like looking like that. I'll be like, hey, so here's the deal. This is what's going on. Then I'm gonna stare at him, take his form back, and be like, you need to get me back to my body.
But you can't speak.
Yeah, that's why I took the form of the scientist guy.
But maybe they're gonna, because you're gonna have to rub your elbows, dude.
Hmm?
And like, they're probably gonna shoot you as soon as you do that.
Nah, because I'm flubber.
I don't know, man.
Bullets bounce right off,
I don't know.
or just go right through. I think it'll be fine. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that little roller coaster that we just went on here with Mart'in. But until next time, this is River Sullivan, and this has been This Evening Tonight. So myself, along with Mart'in, wishing you a fond farewell.